Welcome. Now we will know about trial and error learning theory by Edward Lee Thorndike, an American psychologist. According to him, learning takes place by trial and error. In learning, the learners select a correct response out of a large number of possible ones and connects it with the appropriate stimulus. Learning by this method is called trial and error learning theory. Thorndike experiments formulated this theory based on his conduction with cat in the puzzle box. The door of the box could be opened by pulling the string inside the box. A fish was kept outside. The cat was tried to come out of the box by squeezing, jumping, biting, etc. As the experiment was repeated for several times, the wrong movements decreased and in the end the cat was able to open the door in a single trial. Now we can see the experiment, how the cat is pulling and trying to open the door. And here fish is the stimulus. So many random movements were made by the cat. So here the factors involved in trial and error theory is motive or drive. Drive is a tension state result from needs. Where there is drive or motive, there is learning. In the present experiment, drive was hunger. Stimulus or goal. It is the causal factor for activity. In the present experiment, food is the stimulus. To get the food by getting out of the box is the goal. And third one, responses. The cat made a number of varied types of responses like scratching, pulling, etc. The response which lead to the goal known as satisfying responses. The responses which do not lead to the goal is known as annoying responses. Fourth is the block. The cat was confined in the box with a closed door. Fifth, chances success. As a result of random movement, the cat by chance succeeded in opening the door. And sixth one relates to selection of proper movement. Gradually, the cat selected the proper way of pulling the string out of its random movement. And lastly, fixation. At last, the cat learned the proper way of opening the door by eliminating all the incorrect responses and fixing only right response. Now the cat was able to open the door without any error. So through this, what are the laws he is posing for learning is primary laws and secondary laws. Now we will see primary laws. In primary law of readiness, the law states that when a conduction unit is ready to conduct, for it to conduct is satisfying. When any conduction unit is not ready to conduct, for it to conduct is annoying. When any conduction unit is ready to conduct, for it not to conduct is also annoying. And second law states about effect. The law states that any behavior that is followed by pleasant consequences is likely to be repeated, and any behavior followed by unpleasant consequences is likely to be stopped. And the third law is related with exercise. The law states that repeated exercising of a response strengthens its connection with the stimulus, and the connection is weakened through failure of practice. Law of exercise can be divided into law of use, law of disuse. Law of use. With practice, the connection is strengthened. Law of disuse. When the practice is discontinued, connection is weakened. Now coming to secondary laws. Law of multiple response. The law implies that confronted with a new situation, the organism responds in a variety of ways before arriving at the correct response. Law of attitude. Learning is guided by the attitude of the organism towards the task. The learner performs the task properly if he has developed a healthy attitude towards the task. Law of analogy. An individual responds to a new situation on the basis of the responses made by him in similar situations in the past. That is, the organism makes during by analogy. And now law of associative shifting. The law states that any response may elicit from the learner is associated with any situation to which he is sensitive. Now coming to our educational implication. As a teacher, you can motivate the students. Motivation is very important in the teaching learning process. Learning should be made purposeful and goal-oriented. Theory stresses the importance of mental readiness, meaningful practice, and intensive in learning process. More opportunities should be given to the learners to use and repeat the knowledge they get in the classroom. The learner should be encouraged to do this task independently. He must try various solutions of the problem before arriving at the correct one. So this all relates about the Thorndike learning theory. This is totally based on trial and error method. So thank you very much. Tomorrow we will have a new theory.